Welcome to Smart Conserver.
Sometimes you hear a person say, my soil is bad, or I need some good soil, or I just can't manage to keep this grass area green. It's getting a lot of weeds. It's true, the soil we have tend to have a lot of weeds. But here is how I suppress the weeds and prevent them from coming back up and still have and maintain a green grass. I wanted a green area or some green areas filled with grass, so I decided to get some grass and plant inside as well as the health strip that I'm responsible for. For those who don't know the health strip, it's that strip of land between the sidewalk and a street in front of or to the side of your house. I decided to choose my grass. I really love the Zaza grass, but without researching, I was told of the watering technique this type of grass require, and I was not in for that. Sometimes it's not good to just listen to what others have to say without doing your own research. I have seen persons with that type of Zaza grass watering constantly, weeding constantly, and I didn't like how it looked when it was cut. It had a yellowish brownish color whenever it was cut. My concern was the watering. I had always loved the crabgrass. As a matter of fact, my parents had it in the yard when we were children. While it was regarded as a parasitic type of grass by some persons, I love the fact that it was low maintenance as it requires little care and I don't need to cut it as often, and not to mention the watering. The crabgrass that you see is drought resistant. Even in the drought, it remains green. Well, I got some crabgrass and I planted it inside. I waited on it to spread and it did so quickly. I wanted to take some of the crabgrass that I had inside to just plant outside along the health strip. But before it could spread, I got another set of crabgrass just to place at the health strip instead. It was then that I realized that there were different varieties of crabgrass. The one I had inside was more a finer, shorter leaf variety, while the one on the outside that I got had longer, broader leaves. Let me tell you a little about crabgrass. It reproduces seeds by growing from the grass itself, and it has a branching habit. A single plant is capable of producing 150 to 700 tillers and 150,000 seeds. Crabgrass plants are very adaptable to mowing height. Plants can produce seeds at mowing height as low as half inch. So with that, it was easy for the crabgrass inside and outside to grow quickly and maintain the green. The crabgrass grew and looked green and lush, growing high only after a rainy season. Then I made the gravest mistake by calling the man with the weed whacker to cut both inside and outside grass. Why was it my gravest mistake? Well, it was my gravest mistake as the weed whacker cut some of the grass trailing branches and took the roots with it. This created patches of dead crabgrass, causing weeds to grow. I was fortunate that within the weeds, zaza grass started to grow. So all I did was encourage the zaza grass by watering it periodically, as at the time I see it was better that the zaza grass grow than the weeds. The zaza I had eventually filled the area, killing the rest of the struggling crabgrass. And can you believe it suppressed the weeds? Now I have my inside lawn weed free and crabgrass free. My maintenance of the zaza grass did not include a lot of watering. It included cutting my grass myself, amongst other things. We are of the view that the grass that we have needs to be low, and where we live, the landscapers use the weed whackers. I can't remember when was the last time I saw a lawnmower being used. We are also of the view that whackers are faster in getting the job done, just to cut those grass. But the whackers were made to cut grass edge and grass that grow under shrubs and trees where the lawnmowers can't reach. You know, ideally the height of your grass should be even. There are some suggestions that it should be cut no more than 1/3 of the leaf tissue when you mow. If you mow your grass too short, it can result in stress to the grass plant. Weed grass plant will take longer to recover, or it can cause weeds to grow and take over your lawn. A weed whacker, or as some persons call it, a string trimmer, is used to trim grass and remove weeds in areas that are hard to reach. They are only suited for small areas like the side of a lawn, or if the grass or weeds grow close to the tree, you know the lawnmower can't reach there. A lawnmower, on the other hand, is meant to quickly cut large areas of grass, but it's not suited for areas that are close to the tree, like I told you before. Lawnmowers maintain the growth of your lawn at just the right height, and it keeps it neat, thick, and healthy. Lawnmowers have a height adjustment feature that allows you to get perfectly flat lawn, which makes it perfect for you and your lawn. Another great advantage of a lawnmower over a weed whacker is the presence of a container for collecting grass. When you use some lawnmowers that I've seen, you won't have to manually collect the mowed grass from the yard with rakes like when you use a weed whacker. A weed whacker, on the other hand, is a perfect finishing tool that will give your yard that perfectly professional neat cut. But you know, lawnmowers and weed whackers, they spread weeds. Weeds and their seeds can get stuck under the dock of those lawnmowers. The weed seeds can easily fall onto other lawn areas and thus spread even faster. If you come across weeds and mow them, the chances are that some of their clippings and seeds will get stuck to the undercarriage of these mowers. As you mow, these cuttings can drop and spread the seeds of the weeds. It is always recommended that these landscapers clean their weed whackers or clean their lawn mowers. Failure to clean these cutting tools can easily introduce weeds from other person's lawn to your own. It is also recommended that you don't cut your grass too low. Some persons cut their grass to near ground level because they use the weed whackers, and these cause more for you to see more dirt than grass, thus making way for weeds to grow. Another thing I've seen are persons that over the grass, they apply dirt over their grass area. Adding this soil, they say that it's a way to fertilize existing grass beneath it. What the grass really does is it suppresses the grass beneath it, and at times it kills it while encouraging the weeds to grow. You know how many persons I've seen do this thing, and they only end up with excessive weeds, killing the lovely grass that they had? My lawn care techniques are simple. I do deep water my grass at least once or twice each month. Sometimes I don't water it. What I do sometimes, I aerate and I fertilize it twice per year. My fertilizer technique doesn't involve dirt, no dirt at all. In terms of cutting, I do so not so very often, as the zaza grass don't grow fast, and there are times when the grass is dormant. During the dormant times, it's not recommended that you cut those grass. Cutting a dormant grass, it may cause damage to a healthy lawn. I also cut my grass inside and outside and maintain a particular height. Before and after cutting my grass, the cutting tool is cleaned, just in case it has weed seeds. If I see weeds in my grass, I don't cut it. I dig them out, trying to get the root and all. It may be difficult for you to cut your own grass, but you should be able to tell whomsoever you get to cut your own grass to clean his tool. Also, you need to maintain your grass height, and remember, cutting too close to the dirt area will encourage weeds. In terms of watering, I don't water my grass a lot. In fact, it receives more water when it is just coming up, but now that it's established, it doesn't need the same amount of watering. My heaviest water season, though, is summer, where I water it once per week and I do a deep watering during an early morning, way before the sun reaches the grass. For the other seasons, I rely on the rain and the dew to keep my grass moist. For the times when I do cut my lawn, I water it after cutting. Based on what I was told about the type of grass, that's zaza, that I have, I don't see the need for excessive watering. You are the ones in control over your grass areas. Don't let the person cutting it dictate how low it should be, and think about it. Who benefits when your garden has weeds? It's really the person doing the cutting, as the weeds grow faster than the grass. And the man doing the cutting will always have a job to do. Getting your money, once again, to just cut that grass, remove and spread the weeds in your lawn. Try to understand your lawn. It can save you money if you do so.
You have come to the end of another series. Join us next time for more ways to conserve.